This is Uncovering Sports. Welcome to Uncovering Sports. I am Cactus Hamilton Barrett, along with the Cobra, Brendan Coleman. And what a disappointing week of football that was.
Horrible.
I guess we shouldn't be mad because it was exactly what we knew and said was going to happen 3 weeks ago. But I didn't want to believe that they were going to stay the course.
I think we're right to be mad, actually.
Are we? Is it okay to be mad right now?
It is, yes. They are infuriating right now.
This is the darkest timeline. This is the plan that they set out months ago. And despite the fact that Carson Wentz is dead now, for all intents and purposes, and Nick Foles is the quarterback, he's going to the Super Bowl.
They fooled us.
Did they fool us? They didn't fool us at all.
They tried to with that Facebook post or whatever it was.
Yeah, there was a Facebook post earlier in the week that showed Brady and Case Keenum and said, "Who's your pick for the Super Bowl?" or something to that extent.
Right.
Which I thought was awesome, and it gave me hope.
Yeah.
It really gave me hope.
See, that's what they were going for. You fell for it.
I fell for it. I shouldn't have bought into the hype. I shouldn't have bought into the Case Keenum hype. I was still riding high after the Minneapolis Miracle. I wanted to believe. Where do you want to start? Jaguars and Patriots?
I guess so.
All right. What can we say about it? This was a very predictably booked game.
Mm-hmm.
I never believed that Jacksonville was going to win this game. There was also absolutely no build-up to this because for months it was heading towards Steelers and Patriots. That's what the AFC title game was going to be. And then all of a sudden the Jaguars are there. So we have to put up with this ridiculous Brady's hand is hurt storyline. You see any of that?
Didn't look hurt.
Didn't look hurt to me.
They did show a shot on the sideline. It was bandaged.
He had a Band-Aid on, so... yeah,
it
looked pretty
stuff.
wounded. Yeah, I heard earlier in the week there was reports that his hand was, quote, gushing blood.
I heard that.
And he had to receive multiple stitches. The hand of God has been injured. What's going to happen in New England?
Just more for him to overcome.
Yep, exactly. Oh, boy. How is this scrappy young quarterback going to overcome this hand injury?
He overcame the odds.
Patriots matches go in one of like three ways. There's like three defined scripts that every Patriots game follows. There's just the Patriots and Titans a couple weeks ago where they just got blown out and Tom Brady looks like a superhero the entire time. And then the other popular option is the underdog story where somehow, some way, the opponents are built to look strong. They've got a solid defense or something like that. And the game starts. The opposing team, in this case the Jaguars, get off to a hot lead, and it's not looking good for the Patriots. Oh no! But in the second half, adjustments are made. You know, maybe they suffer some kind of adversity to end the first half, and then Bill Belichick, the genius, changes things up at halftime, and then they come out shooting, and it's nothing but Patriots for the second half, and wow, Brady did it again. And that's just the match that we watched. That's the whole game that we watched. Jacksonville looked great at the beginning. Blake Bortles looked like he was in control. He was playing well. They even got their running game going a little bit. The Jaguars defense looked like they were up to the task of stopping Tom Brady. And then, what happens? Adversity.
Adversity.
Gronk goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Now Brady's without his number one receiver. How is he going to overcome a hand injury and no Gronkowski? Tune in for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Oh, wow. He did it all.
It was a less extreme version of last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, that last year's Super Bowl is the ultimate example
Yeah.
of Patriots booking. This game was just a standard match, and that's why I didn't really care about it. It was like, it could have been a regular season game, as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't an AFC championship game. There should have been more to it. There should have been more back and forth. I wanted to see Blake Bortles become a star in that game. And I think people are harsh on Blake Bortles and not giving him enough credit because I don't think that he played poorly in that game.
No, he had a hot start, actually.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. until the second half.
Until the second half, yeah, and then he did nothing in the second half. But he still didn't commit any grievous errors. He just forgot how to play football for some reason.
That's sort of his thing.
Oh, right.
They stayed true to Blake Bortles there.
They wanted to keep some continuity in the Blake Bortles character that we've come to know and love over the last few weeks. Because no one's watched a Jaguars game before now.
No.
So in any case, this game illustrates one of, if not the biggest issue with the Patriots for the last 10 plus seasons. It's stale. They're stale. Brady's stale. There, I said it.
Whoa.
I know. It's predictable. There's just no drama. The league's insistence on putting Brady and the Patriots over at the expense of everyone else does not create a compelling narrative.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, Patriots fans seems to like it. But who cares about Patriots fans?
There needs to be a little more balance.
Yeah, right? We're just selling out everything because Patriots fans apparently have a lot of money to spend on jerseys and tickets to games. And I guess that's the problem, right? Is that Patriots fans are, on the whole, a bunch of marks that are buying into the whole thing. So we get the same old, tired, repetitive, Brady wins thing.
Yeah, well, marks are who they play to.
But at this point, we get it. Wow, Brady's really good. But he's also getting old. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you really think it's a good idea to keep putting Brady over at the expense of every other player in the league? Like, who are we going to watch in 5 years? There's not going to be Brady in 5 years. No matter what he tells you, TB12 is not going to keep him healthy as long as he thinks it is.
Yeah, it's building a new star is long past due, and they dropped the ball once again here.
They could have done it.
Yeah, with the Vikings, not with the Jaguars.
I mean, they could have even done it with the Jaguars a little bit. He's a likable guy, that Blake Bortles.
Promising young prospect.
He's a promising young prospect out of Central Florida, and I think fans could really get behind him.
Sure.
You know, he's got his little tongue hanging out of his mouth while he's throwing a pass thing.
Seems dangerous.
I know, he's gonna bite that thing off.
Is.
He's gonna get sacked really hard and come up without a tongue.
We'll see. He's not a good star to build around. He's injury prone right there.
I guess so. But really, without big stars to lean on in the future, who are they going to turn to? Now is the time to start doing something. But that's my greatest fear, is that that's what this season was originally for. Yeah. I've heard rumors that Wentz is the new guy, but he's not there anymore, which brings us to game number 2.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they were going for, was a Wentz Super Bowl. He's out. You would think they would change the plans. We thought they changed the plans.
They didn't change the plans.
Nick Foles is now in the Super Bowl.
And
Nick Foles, who you're building around now?
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Nick Foles isn't even going to be an Eagle next season.
Probably not. Yeah.
So they're going to build up a guy and potentially win the Super Bowl for a guy that's a free agent. Where does he go next year?
New England.
Oh,
there we go.
Everyone does always, every time someone gets cut or anytime someone's like testing the free agent waters, I want to go to New England.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why. You get a free ride to the Super Bowl every year.
Every year.
Seriously, Nick Foles is not going to be an Eagle next season.
No.
So, what happens now?
That's a good question.
And what happened in that game?
Well, you know what? It started off right where it left off last week with a nice touchdown for the Vikings. And we thought maybe they were destined to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, at the first drive of that game,
yeah,
it looked like the same Vikings.
Yeah.
I was pumped.
Yep.
It looked
didn't
like they were
see
just,
him ever again.
And you didn't see him ever again.
Yeah.
Like from that point on, it was just the worst fans to do it in front of the whole time. God, I would have been terrified to be a Viking trying to leave that building afterwards. I know horses were getting punched. Who knows what were happening to people in that sea of inhumanity.
But yeah, this one just reeked of stubborn booking. Last week, we kind of saw it with the Eagles winning again. We thought they were out. But we've given them a lot of credit over the last few weeks with their changes. Titans beat the Chiefs. We didn't really expect that.
Yep.
Jags beat the Steelers.
Super unexpected.
Yep. And then the ending of that Viking-Saints game, we thought maybe they were
Yeah.
starting to look out for the rest of us.
It was very promising playoffs.
Yep.
Until this weekend.
Very tricky of them to give us all this interesting stuff only to end up right where
they wanted to be. I know.
Misdirection.
Yeah. I guess you got to give them that credit.
Yeah. They
but
know
I
how to
don't
get where they want
want
to be.
to.
Yeah. It was just a waste of all of that momentum from last week for the Vikings, for Case Keenum. Everyone was behind them.
Yeah.
They were America's team for a week.
And Keenum is in a very similar situation to Nick Foles. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be a Viking next season. So there was all this like build up and all this momentum going the Vikings' way, and it seemed like their time. Is it not their time because of Case Keenum?
Maybe they kind of made him look like the GOAT, I feel like. He did not perform his best.
Yeah.
He was accident prone out there.
He was not the same Case Keenum that showed up the week before and threw one of the most spectacular catches of all time.
Yeah. I think we really should have seen this coming, though. If the Vikings were at home during the Super Bowl, that makes the Patriots the bad guys, right?
That's a good point.
Now, the bad guys are the team that just eliminated Minnesota. Now who gets to come in, clean up?
And be the good guys.
Tom Brady.
They thought this through.
They did.
They gotta find a way to make Brady the good guy.
Yep. They know what they're doing.
He's gonna clean up Minnesota for them. Kick those nasty Eagles on out.
He might even pet a horse.
Yeah, he probably will. They'll probably trot one out. And, well, maybe not in the game, but afterwards there will be a news story that comes out that says, like, Tom Brady saves a horse or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to make up for all the ill will to our equestrian friends that Philly has sowed over the past few weeks.
And we here at Uncovering Sports love equestrian.
We do love equestrian. You can follow equestrian with Uncovering Sports at Uncovering Sport on Twitter. Okay, so this is one thought that I had with the Vikings losing. Let me fantasy book for a second.
Okay.
I want to hope that they lost for a reason. They get so far, but they can't get the job done because even though he's a legend in Minnesota now, Case Keenum can't lead them to the promised land. We know Case Keenum's not going to be there, so maybe the answer is Teddy.
Could be.
That's the missing piece. They'll be just as good next season, but Teddy will come back off of injury and be the quarterback that everyone was hoping for when he got drafted.
The one problem
That's
with that,
a good
though,
story.
It is, but that's probably Carson Wentz's story next year.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
We're going to have a repeat.
They could run the exact same story with him.
Yep.
Vikings fans just can't catch a break is the moral of every story.
Yep.
Not that I'm even particularly a Vikings fan. I'm just not a Patriots fan and want to see something else fun happen.
That would be nice, but keep dreaming.
I want to get invested in the playoffs, and my team is never going to allow me to do that. So I need someone else to step up to the plate. I can't even root for anyone in this Super Bowl. I'm not interested in watching it.
That's true.
My hope is that there's 2 team buses, and there's a horrible accident on the freeway to the way of the game. No one can play.
No one's seriously hurt.
No one's seriously hurt,
Can't play.
But Brady's other hand gets cut, so yeah, they don't want to take any chances, so they postpone it. So instead,
You're just putting it off, though.
well, no, they'll have Justin Timberlake come out.
Okay.
He'll play the game.
Wow.
You know he's gonna have some surprise guests. That'll be the other team.
Yep.
It'll be like they can draft people from the stands,
Okay.
or maybe have like maybe they do like kind of like an all-star thing where they'll have like a bunch of old players come play instead.
All the old guys who are there for the coin toss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there'll be like a bunch of old Vikings and stuff there. So then send the hometown crowd
we
home
go.
happy.
Yep.
I'd watch that over the Eagles and the Patriots.
Sure. I understand.
I saw a poll that was, your standard, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Or who are you cheering for in the Super Bowl, the Eagles or the Patriots? And it was split basically 50-50. Now, I would wager that if it was any other team than the Eagles, any other NFC team, it would be 70-30 for the team against the Patriots.
Yeah. Well, was this on NFL.com?
I don't know if it was on .com or not.
Because I could see a few. I could see the ballot box being stuffed there.
Yeah,
for the
I mean, if it was a .com poll, do not take it seriously. I think it was a third-party affiliate that ran the poll, and it was 50-50. But my first thought was, if it was any other team, in either direction, if it was any other AFC team playing against the Eagles, it would be stacked against the Eagles. I feel like these are the two most hated teams, other than maybe the Cowboys, in the NFL. Is that fair to say?
Definitely fair to say, especially the Patriots.
And I know they're definitely the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I know they're trying to turn the Eagles around with the whole Wentz story, and they want him to be a star. But, as we've previously mentioned on this show, and we're sorry again to the horses, but Eagles fans suck.
They do. They are the worst fans, I
They
think.
were literally greasing lampposts
Yep.
in Philadelphia to try to deter fans from climbing them after the game. Because they knew, win or lose, pandemonium is happening in
Yep.
Philly.
And I'm willing to bet people still tried to climb those.
Oh, they did. I saw the pictures. It didn't work. It was all for naught.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Can we talk about something else?
Anything else?
I'm too riled up about this.
What else happened this weekend?
UFC 220, you watch that?
I did watch that.
That was a good card.
It was very good. Yeah. Better than I expected. Some good booking there, actually.
Some good booking and some predictable booking.
Yeah.
Right? And the DC fight, you knew he was going to win.
Right.
After all of the drama and stuff around John Jones after DC lost to him, they got to rebuild him as the champ. So there's no way he loses.
Yeah. But that serves its purpose. Even if it's predictable, that doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Predictable is not bad. I wanted to see him win anyway, so I'm happy. Well, that's your personal
It was
opinion.
fine. Yeah. It was fine. The main event, though, that was good booking. They brought in a young up-and-comer, Francis Ngannou,
Yeah.
one of the most feared guys, right? He is plowing through everyone.
10 wins in a row.
10 wins in a row. Scary, right? He's knocking people out in one punch.
Yeah. I mean, he's a big, nasty dude.
He is huge.
And he can take a punch.
Yeah.
UFC's a stiff sport.
It is stiff. And he got a title shot against Stipe Miocic, who is, he had defended the belt twice,
Yep.
which he was going for a record.
Yep. He's got on a 6-win streak of his own.
Yeah, yeah. So going for the title defense record, he has arguably his biggest challenge yet, scariest challenge.
Yep.
And just 5 rounds of outsmarting this giant Goliath.
Yep. One step ahead the whole
One
time.
step ahead, yep. It was excellent. He just looked like the smarter guy, despite being a much smaller guy. You know, they're both huge guys, but
Right.
when you can see a size difference,
At that level. Yeah.
it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, it really, built a star, as we were just talking about. Stipe is a huge star.
Yep.
Well on his way. NFL could maybe, take a page out of the UFC playbook.
Yeah. And that loss doesn't hurt Francis either.
No.
Because the dude looked like a tank. He could take shots.
Yeah.
And went the distance. 5 rounds.
And he lost to the guy everyone's calling the greatest now.
Yeah, exactly.
That
So,
happens.
I mean, you build up a 10-win streak to lose it at some point, and in this case, it works as a buffer to say, you know what, this loss doesn't hurt him. He's still going to be around, and he'll be in the hunt. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was refreshing to watch something different.
It was.
Something enjoyable
Yeah.
for a change.
Sadly, that came before the games.
That's true. If it could have cleansed my palate
Yeah.
after...
Yeah.
the Eagles game, for example, that would have been great.
Instead, I was riding the high into
Yep.
this week.
Yeah. All right. That was great. Now I get to watch Case Keenum and the Vikings punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. This is going to be a weekend of magic.
Oh, wait.
Thanks, NFL,
Yeah.
for ruining our hopes and our dreams.
Speaking of hopes and dreams, do you hear about Tim Tebow?
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
He's going to spring training.
Is he?
Yeah,
The Mets invited him to spring training?
they did.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I think MLB's ratings must be hurting a little also.
Oh. I'm excited. I want to see Tebow in the MLB.
I love me some Tim Tebow.
And he played... Oh my god, he played for the Patriots and the Eagles.
Whoa.
Did we just unlock the key to the Super Bowl?
What does it mean?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get Tebow to find out.
Who did he play better for?
I know he was a great punt protector for the Patriots.
He did his job well.
But he actually got to play quarterback in some preseason action for the Eagles, so
He was probably more appreciated at Bill Belichick's special team sleepovers.
that's probably true. Regardless, he doesn't play for either of those teams anymore. And one way or another, the Patriots and the Eagles will be our Super Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
What do we know so far?
Well, conventional wisdom tells us the Patriots are going to win, right?
At this point, I don't know because they stuck with the Eagles this long. They made the Eagles look dominant on both offense and defense.
That's true.
Is it like you said, so that Brady can be a good guy in Minnesota? Or is it some really short-sighted, we got to give the Eagles a Super Bowl?
My gut is that they really spent this weekend building the Eagles up as a credible threat for the good guy New England Patriots to come in. I understand where you're coming from. They haven't shied away from the Eagles without Wentz yet. I have a hard time believing Nick Foles wins a Super Bowl.
I just don't know where they go from there if he does.
Right.
Unless they're like ready to immediately build up one of these quarterbackless teams, you know, like, oh, he's going to go to the Browns and all of a sudden they're going to win 12 games next year and get to the playoffs out of nowhere, you know, or the Cardinals or someone else in desperate need of a quarterback that could turn around and be sort of the Jaguars of this season, you know, and go from the bottom of the barrel to a playoff contender.
That certainly is a more noble cause than just giving Brady another ring. I just find it unlikely.
I ultimately find it unlikely as well. I don't even want to say that it's that noble of a cause.
Hey, the Browns deserve something.
It won't be the Browns.
No.
They're going to draft misfired. I'm calling it right now.
Very bold prediction. So are you on record then as are you predicting the Patriots? You want to save that for next week?
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw anything down too early. We got a little while to gather some more intel and make an informed decision.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw any false information out there.
Yeah, I mean Brady might stub his toe this week. There's anything that can
Exactly.
happen to him.
There's a number of things. Turf toe is real.
Yeah, he hits his thumb with a hammer as he's hanging
who
a
knows?
picture at
They'll
home.
come up with something suitably ridiculous. I trust them to do that.
Yep. You got to cause drama.
And it has to be around the Patriots.
Yes, always.
Let's make that very clear. Next week, no game, as far as I'm concerned. No football on TV next week. That's weird.
Weird.
Just take a week off.
Yeah.
All the players just sit at home, get a week off to rest. Some of them may be going on vacation, I've heard.
Wait, that's not true. There's a skills competition.
Oh, right, the skills competition, which was actually pretty fun to watch.
was.
I'm not going to lie. Way better than the Pro Bowl.
That's the highlight of the weekend.
Yeah, I will be watching the skills competition.
Absolutely. Dodgeball. Dodgeball's great.
Dodgeball was the most fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that next year they really should do like a dodgeball tournament so we can get more than one game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be sweet.
Get a
I'd
few
watch it.
captains. pick
Yeah, get a couple
teams.
captains.
Yeah.
Put it on the Ocho.
Yeah.
Call it good. We could stream it at Uncovering Sports. That'd be awesome. Also, later this week, supposedly the other big thing that's going to happen, and we'll certainly be talking about it if it does, is WWE's Vince McMahon has purportedly been working on a new project that he may announce later this week. And of course the rumors say that the XFL is back, baby!
That's what I'm hoping for. One little he hate me in my life.
I'd take it. I'd love it. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Vince could probably book football better at this point.
I think he could.
No matter what happens next week, we'll be back here next Wednesday, recapping it all, breaking it all down, giving our final thoughts on the big awful game.
Can't wait.
And in the meantime, check out uncovering sports.com for articles and updates there. Uncovering Sport, the Pinkies Out version of Uncovering Sports on Twitter. Instagram is at Uncovering Sports and Facebook.com/Uncovering Sports. That's all for now. We'll see you next week.
Bye.